Are you ready to level up your journey? Welcome to Get on Top, where we dive deep into the riveting tales of self-made entrepreneurs and corporate titans who have scaled the summit of success. Get ready for a roller coaster of insights, inspiration, and a roadmap to elevate both your mindset and your life. This is Get on Top with Morgan Browne. I am so excited because I get to have my bestie with me today, and we're just gonna have a casual conversation because I know how you are with getting all these questions and asking. But thank you for being here and supporting
it's my pleasure.
And supporting this. Remember when I was talking about getting on top?
Yes.
Like in this conversation, and it was like 3 years ago that I was going to do it.
Yes.
And now I'm here. Do you remember what I said? Do you remember any?
Yes, I remember. I was like, "That's quite sexual."
Yeah.
Very literal.
That's literally what you said.
I said, "That's a little bit sexual." You're like, "Yeah, that's the point." No,
I did say that. But it was like also we do so much coaching and conversations and business planning with like our own team, right? And it was just one of those points was I wish they were in the room with me all the time, like had, it recorded on some of these pieces, and also just interviews with people that are really in the same mindset as them.
Yes.
Because a lot of people, do you find that a lot of people as a founder, do you find that as a business owner that you can't find people that you align with? Or do you find that it's easy?
I find that I have found people that have climbed the same path, and that's who I've connected with.
How do you find those people?
I've started those relationships when they were at the very beginning of their leadership journey, I would say. And then lucky enough, found the people I connected with who were able to become leaders in their own industries. And so I've been really lucky, I think.
You've been lucky
to find a little bit of a hive.
Well, you also have starting, I think, let's go back a second and talk about your journey into where you are right now.
Okay.
You've scaled this incredible company that we both call our baby. How do you feel? Like, tell the listeners, and I'm calling them toppers. Tell them where you all came from. Tell me who you are.
Hello,
as an individual.
Where did I come from? Well, it came from a large family.
Okay.
And I think that is a big part of who I am is my family background and values that I have for embracing being in a large family. And
now, where are you in that podium?
I'm the second out of 5.
Okay.
Right. And was raised here in Vancouver. And so that brings us back to the very beginning.
Yes.
And
what were you like as a child? Were you like a creative? Were you like organizing? What was your, I know, but I'm telling people.
Yeah, I think I've always been the nurturer or maybe the person who wanted to be in control. So even I remember at a very young age, even if I was probably around even 7 or 8 years old, my parents would sleep in and I would be the one to wake everybody up to go to school. I'd lay out 4 sandwiches, white bread, 4 processed cheese, 4 processed hams, and line up all the sandwiches, make everybody's lunch, turn on the coffee for my dad to make sure that
he gets up
and drives us to school. And then I would rotate trying to wake up everybody in the house. So I think I've just always maybe been a logistics person.
Yeah.
Maybe try to make sure everybody's.
It must have been hard, like growing up in like with 5 kids. Like, was it like was it chaotic? Being also the second of 4. I didn't really find myself ever alone, right? Did you have that same feeling?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You're always with a buddy, one person or another, somebody that you're with. So I don't like to be alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to be alone. I think it's challenging. And I feel like when you're And that's probably why you have so many people around you now. It was so many people around you. So you came from a big family. You grew up in the West, like the Vancouver side.
Yeah.
Tell me about what happened after school, and where did you go? How did it transform?
So I went to school to be an educator, to be a high school teacher. I wanted to be an English and a PE teacher. So I took my degree in human kinetics and got a minor in English, and I was going to be an English and PE teacher. And decided one day riding the bus with a lot of high school kids that, ooh, this is maybe not my jam. And decided to pivot. So I worked in the restaurant industry my entire, after high school, just to pay to go to school. And
Like managing too, right?
managing all the
Yes,
way in
managing.
every element of being in a restaurant, serving, hostess, event management, kitchen, everything. I love the restaurant industry, and I think it's a beautiful industry to be in.
Yeah.
And
It's like having a big family.
it is. Yeah.
It is like having a big family.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed my time doing that, and decided to pivot into business, and then went to BCIT, did their business program. And at the time, my brother Michael, who is our third partner,
Yes, three amigos.
said he'd been in real estate for a couple years at that point, and said, "You would be great in real estate." And I'm like, "No, I'm not. No, not really. I don't think of myself as a salesperson." He's like, "You would be great in real estate. Can you please try it?" And so
He just wanted you to make him sandwiches,
I guess.
but instead of that, like paperwork and everything else.
So I ended up getting my real estate license, and wanted to try it. So I tried for first couple years, and did really well.
Did really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, knowing your past, knowing everything, what in all those aspects really shaped your vision of what Oakwyn is now today. So was there anything that was there, whether it was you working with your brother or you being in that restaurant business, did you find that any of that shaped what you see today in Oakwyn?
I think there's so many elements of so many experiences that I've been through that have shaped what it is to be or what Oakwyn is today. I think, a work hard, stay humble mentality. So our motto at Oakwyn is really from, the work ethic that it takes to, I think, that's, I think, a big part of who I am. And maybe my value system is I respect people who work really hard.
Yeah.
And I work really hard. But at the same time, staying humble and being grounded, I think, is really important. So I think that's kind of, maybe the heartbeat of Oakwyn, I hope.
It is.
And I think there's lots of elements. I mean, from my restaurant industry, I think we call our front team the front of house, which I don't think any other, I was thinking about this.
That's
the other day.
right.
No other brokerage calls their reception, listing team, administrative team the front of house, but we did because I was from the restaurant industry.
That is so funny.
I didn't even think
I just didn't realize that until you just told me that.
So we call them the front of house.
That's so funny because the backstory is that we actually all really worked in the industry.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize that until right now.
Is that weird?
That is so funny. So you really, and transform it. I think like there's been a kind of a connection to the hardworking mentality, but also like the customer service side. Like, how have you been able to build the team, the team, the foundation, the skeleton behind the brokerage into a powerhouse of customer service?
I think customer service, again, I have to, give kudos to my experience in the restaurant and hospitality industry is it's all about the customer, right? And being in those environments, you think about your customer service, you think about service, you think about what people need, what the value of why they're coming to see you is. And, we wanted that brokerage experience for our agents to feel the same.
Yeah.
Right. That they're respected, that they're there's an acknowledgement, and that we provide a service to them as well. So I think that's, really tied into how we built the brokerage.
You have so many departments. How many departments are you running at Oakwyn?
Too many.
Too many.
Too many departments.
What it like really like it's like 6. It's like 5 or
Probably.
6. Yeah. How are you keeping those people like for the audience, the toppers out there that are listening to build a really efficient operation? How are you keeping those people aligned?
So I think there's a lot of elements when you go through the journey of scaling. So first, there in as we grew, it's learning about, you start with yourself wearing 10 hats.
Mhm.
And then you add people to your team. So you're wearing now fewer hats, but there's more people with their hands in the pie, so to speak, or,
Mhm.
and so that alignment as you scale is so important. And it becomes almost a daily question of, okay, are we aligned? Does everybody know what they're doing? Because the right hand has to know what the left hand is doing,
That's right.
especially in the brokerage business where there's so many processes that fall into one another, that everybody has to know what's happening.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think there's a
A
lot
daily
of
reminder.
yeah.
Yeah, of connecting the group. What tips can you give people about that the growth that you see in those departments? There's a lot of um not tons of turnover, but there's retention in those or those careers, right?
Mhm.
How are you keeping your people there? Because some of our team has been there for over 10 years.
I think people need to feel part of your company.
Mm.
They need to feel part of and see the vision that you see, that they are excited to come to work every day. I don't want anybody on the team who's rolling out of bed and going, oh, I have to go to
Mm.
work, right? It should be, hey, a great day to come to work, right?
Mhm.
And it's because they're aligned to do something more than just themselves, and they can see maybe they can see that their contribution means a lot to other people.
How do you keep that temperature, for that department and all the departments and those people walking in? Like, I think one of the best strength they say females are, emotional intelligence are the best founders, like the
Mhm.
highest level.
Mhm.
Does that resonate with you? Is it something that you're just feeling with people, or is it do you have performance reviews and that kind of stuff?
I think there's certainly a structured element. So making sure that you have, and this is again from growth and learning,
Mhm.
you have those structured performance reviews, those quarterly touch-ins with people, aligning the expectations, aligning what they think they're supposed to be doing, and what you expect them to do is super important. But even as much as today was in a meeting, and I was like, the vibe coming off of one person is bringing everybody down.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And knowing that and being able to address it very quickly is
Mm.
very important. You can't let that kind of energy drag people down on a team. And so it is that emotional intelligence, knowing that, okay, this vibe of this person is dragging everybody else. I'm going to work with another team member
Okay.
who's going to pick them up.
Ah.
And I'm going to put them together. Can you help me with this person? Because I noticed that the energy was a little flat.
Right.
And they're like, 100%. And
Team.
team.
That's one thing, I think I've really always admired from you, because you are such a team sport gal. And you've been on one thing she missed to talk about is you did play competitive
I did, yeah.
volleyball for years. And then being able to kind of navigate through the team that you currently have. Where are you seeing the correlation between like sports and our business and business?
Great question. I like that question. Okay.
She's giving me notes,
Uh,
people.
okay. So, right. Okay. So I played competitive volleyball.
Mhm.
I was not the best player on the team, but I tried the hardest. I was like, I
Mm.
really wanted to be the Rudy. That's why I love a good underdog sports movie. If anybody knows me and wants to win me, just like take me to watch like
Rudy.
Rudy. I just watched a Jeremy Lin HBO thing yesterday. I was like, yeah, I can do it. I can be somebody. But so I think Okay, what was the question? Wait, being a team.
Correlation between
Okay.
business and competitive sports.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
And the
So,
team, specifically our internal team.
okay. Specifically, I think to be successful on a team, there is a certain amount of discipline that needs to happen
Right.
on a team. And so I see that, in a correlation between sports and what we do.
So is it a personal, are you finding your team that you're bringing on, that's something you're looking for? Like that discipline quality? Or
I
is it like learned over time?
I think discipline can be learned, but I do think there's people who are innately more disciplined than others, and especially when we work in a field where process and procedure and rules and compliance and all those things are very important to the safety of the practice of our agents
Our customer.
and our customer.
Yeah.
That discipline is important,
Mhm.
and so I think everybody having that discipline is really important. Having respect,
Mm,
right?
right.
If you play on a team and
You're passing the ball.
passing the ball, if you're not, and maybe you're not the best player or whatever it might be, but at least having a genuine respect for everybody that you play with is
Yes.
going to ensure that you have a really strong performing team. But at the base of it, and what we're always trying to build is trust.
Yes.
Always. Because like you said, if you pass the ball to someone you don't trust, you won't pass the ball.
You will not pass the ball.
So I
No.
think for all of our teams, we're building a foundation of trust to make sure that people know that they can rely on one another, right? And that they feel comfortable with one another.
Yeah, they're having a connection to your team to know that, and your alignment on the team is so key, and it's so admirable. Like I would say, like most people, I have great admiration for it because I see it kind of really in their day-to-day operations. I feel like, are you? We always hear about all these COOs, the CEOs, the founders having tons of meetings, having tons of check-ins. What is your intention when you're going into those meetings?
I'm ramping.
You're ramping.
I'm rampaging.
That's it.
No, I think going into all of those meetings, especially now, what I'm most focused on is getting people who are smarter than me, better than me,
Mm,
working at a higher level.
yes.
That's and getting that alignment going, like you said, like
Mhm.
that's what all the meetings are for, and it's tackling problems that I'm not gonna tackle by myself anymore.
No.
I'm gonna work on it with the people that are
So big delegation.
yeah.
Yeah, and you see people that kind of have in business the catches, like I haven't been able to delegate it. And that comes back to what you're saying, which is the trust.
It's trusting them.
It's trusting them, having that and being conscious about it
Mhm.
all the time, right?
Yeah.
You've seen so many people, you've seen the company scale in a huge way.
Mhm.
How do you balance that high level of strategy on the day to day? Like, I mean, you're, uh, you obviously work with the founder as a team. Personally, how do you balance strategy and like your day to day operation? So like, do you make poignant times where you can
Mm.
really strategize with the team?
Yeah. This is a good question, and this is something very recent even,
Mhm.
right? Very recent to me being more conscious of trying to spend the time. So I've been doing 2 specific action items.
Okay.
So
Break them down.
one is getting 3 priorities set out the day before that I need to have done the next day. And these are not like checklist items like reminder to do this email. These are like bigger ticket items that are going to move the needle for something.
Okay.
Okay. So those would be like my 3 priority items that I need to get done
The
because
next
either
day.
the next day, because either I'm the bottleneck for somebody
Okay.
or because it needs to be done so that I can move a bigger project ahead.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So that's one thing that I'm consciously trying to make an effort to do now. It doesn't always happen, but I'm
Mhm.
trying. And then the last is similarly just blocking out 1 day a month
Mm.
for myself to work with my wonderful executive assistant to externally process and strategize
Oh,
and think about all the things that we're working on, all the teams that we're doing, working with, and how we can move the needle.
Yeah.
And so that's like a no email day, no everything day. That is
like a power day.
Power, priority, what are we trying to do day?
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about trenches and having like being in the day-to-day. What is one of the most, really major, like maybe one of the challenges you've had and, we've had in our early days, and how do we navigate that being in the trenches?
How do you navigate being in the trenches? Just put on your
power.
armor. Put on your armor. Put on your armor.
I don't know anyone else that can put on her armor so hard and just like walk through fire.
Yeah.
Like really, what is it like? We look at some of those massive scale pieces or, something to do with the brokerage scaling, or it could just be about expansion. It could be about new trainees and staff and operations that we bring in, or even projects that we've implemented. Those are even trenches pieces because we want to get through it. What tips have you learned over time that has gotten you through that?
I think not getting too bogged down when I think you are a leader in any respect. You get bogged down because people are coming to you looking for a solution. They're coming to you with a problem mostly, and they're looking to you for a solution, right? And I think if you get too bogged down on what the problem is, that's a huge energy drain. So I think I try to focus most of my time understanding what the problem is very quickly and moving on to what the solution is.
Yeah, so really looking past it.
Yeah.
And moving that needle a little
just
more.
moving a little along. Moving along. Okay, there's a solution for this. Okay, done. Move on.
Okay, so
I don't even think about it again.
I
don't even think about it again.
How did you learn that? Like, was that in you, or was that something that you just have made, like kind of a habit that you've built over time? Just that resilience.
I think that is a habit from it happening over and over and over again.
Like it's a habit.
My theme song is Titanium.
I know.
Right? You shoot me down, but I get up.
It's so true. Get on top. That's exactly where it is. I mean, yeah, the trenches are one of those things, but being able to bear down, like we've had times where we're just like, we got to get through this. I remember this one time when this is hilarious. This is a funny story, but we just opened an office in the Okanagan. We were coming in from Calgary.
Yes.
We had a big PR thing that was happening for us. And we were together, which was the blessing in disguise of it all.
Yeah.
And we missed a flight. We moved on. We got back to the place, but then we missed another flight. We ended up having to leave our families for multiple days.
Yeah.
And all we could do is just like keep on going.
Yeah.
Like we're, partnership. Let's talk about that. I mean, you've been able to work with family, with friends. Like what are some, if for anyone that is out there right now that is getting into partnerships, what are some lessons, or not lessons, but some things that you can give to them in choosing a partner? And also, what have you learned in being a partnership?
Okay. I think I think it comes down to trust. You have to trust that person implicitly. Like,
know them
and trust them. Like you would leave your kids with them.
That's
and
right.
Be fine, because you're going to leave there are going to be times where you need to, luckily in our partnership, we've been really lucky to have one another to lean on in times where we've had to take a break, where we've had to have kids, where we had to do different things.
Yeah.
And you have to feel completely 100% fine with that other person taking care of the business.
Yeah, so it's a lot of trust.
A lot of trust. The other one that I always think of is there is no counting.
Oh my God.
There is no counting in a partnership. You cannot.
This should be tattooed to the back of her neck.
Yeah. And I tell our agents this all the time too, but once you have this element of I did this, you need to do this, or tit for tat, or then it's not fun anymore.
So true.
That's not fun.
Yeah.
And you gain resentment and you don't value the other person for
Huge.
something else that you can't do.
Mhm.
So
She taught me this. She taught me this.
yeah. So like,
Yes.
you can't do that. So
And
why
then
are
it's
you
just not there.
counting? You wouldn't do it anyways. You couldn't do it better than that person anyways. So there's no counting.
So no counting.
Yeah.
Trust.
No counting. Trust.
Now, what have you learned within the partnership? I mean, big personalities.
Yeah.
Have you learned to be able to, like, I've learned watching you grow that speaking up over time has been a huge part of that. How have you been able to navigate like your personal thought behind partnership? You know, like I think everyone comes into a partnership saying, this is what I'm going to bring. And then you're like, this is who I am as a human. But then there's doubt that runs into you, right?
Yeah.
A little bit of doubt in some sort of a fame or facet. What have you done? What strategies have you used to be able to surpass that?
Yeah, I think it's funny that Jeremy Lin HBO series kind of reminded me about it yesterday. But it's, feeling okay to say you're good at something. So I think maybe you're trained over time, or it could be your culture, or it could be maybe, your circumstance and where you are in your, childhood order. But there are things that I think maybe put you into a mental block of it being okay to say, I'm really good. I'm good at
Yeah,
this.
like I'm the best at
I'm the
this.
best. Right. And
Self-talk.
So yeah, I think that's the number one thing, and I learned that through working with some of the best. They are coaches, but I would call them best friends, who have said, you are remarkable, and you need to say, if someone tells you you're remarkable, you say thank you,
Oh,
and you accept it.
why do you think it's so hard for people to do that? Like
I
to
think
take it in.
I think it's especially hard for women to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I think there's as much as being humble is a strength, I think it's also could be, part of that block too, where it's like, I'm not going to say I'm too good.
Yeah, that's a female.
Yeah.
It's actually a very female.
Yeah, I'm not going to say I'm excellent.
Yes.
It's not polite to do
I'm
that.
the best at this.
Yeah.
Out of this group,
Yeah.
I'm taking it.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of, something that I've learned over time. Still not good at it.
Getting really good at it.
I know. These guys are like, you're rampaging right now. I'm like,
You're getting really good at it.
I am. Just let me do what I want.
Slowly step away.
Let me do what I want to do. Just shush.
But then that goes to that partnership is knowing, hey, as a partner, I know she's that good at it. Like, let's listen. Let's like listen to this and let's push through it.
Yeah.
I heard this like study about partnerships, and I thought of it in our kind of triangle of our team, and it was just being able to let go of like your own personal demons that come with being in a partnership, of like that personal self-talk, but also to be like, hey, this is why we are in a partnership, like really like allowing yourself to say, hey, you know what, I need you. I'm going to need you here on this. There's something about our team that some people are a little bit more intuitive. Some people have more emotional intelligence. It's always been really easy for us to, how do they say, like, let's all go for a run, but hey, and know that the specific people are like, I've got the running shoes, I've got the gear, let's go, right?
Yeah.
How do you find, like, do you think that there's a strategy behind making those decisions, I guess, with your team, with our team?
I think that there was a time where we were very, you need to stay in your lane.
Yes.
You need to stay in your operations lane.
Yeah.
You need to stay in your marketing lane. You stay in your lane. But I think that what has worked better for our team is realizing it's better when we crisscross.
Right. And swerve.
It's better when we take a little bit from what we need from one person and then go back into our lane.
Yeah. Bring it together.
Because, I don't think a team works in silos. Right. And I think that's something we learned along the way to embrace.
That was 5 years ago, guys.
Yeah. To embrace more because it, you do need the input of others to make whatever you want to have happen better.
Yeah.
And often their ideas are better than yours.
And like that riffing, that pushing it together, as long as there's a trust on the team to know that we're all going in the same direction.
Yeah.
No one has that ego.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of like being in a team. I think dropping the ego.
Yeah.
Like there's a point where there's like, I'm good at this, and then your ego starts to come into place and you become, it's not really pure at the pure essence of the purpose of the whole
What
team.
you're trying to do. Yeah.
Right. You want to be able to build out something really special together.
Yeah.
I kind of think partnerships, like everyone's a little bit of the chef and the cook, and we're going to make a beautiful meal.
Yeah.
So that everyone can enjoy it. And there's going to be some people that are a little like spice and some people that like there's something a little sweet, but that would never be okay if there was only one person in that kitchen.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Scaling a little bit harder.
Yeah.
You are a mother, which is really a big part of your life.
Yeah.
You know, you are an incredible mother. And I think I asked a lot of people about what I should ask Arlene because I was thinking I know everything about her.
What do the people want to know?
And the majority of people ask me about how you balance your time with your kids.
Mm-hmm.
They said, you know, she works so hard. How does she do it? And, you know, what are the things that she's put into place in her calendar to make it so that she sees her kids grow up, right?
Yeah.
What have you implemented over the years, I guess?
Again, I think it's the same as you ebb and flow into what your kids need, what your family needs, what your partner needs, what your business needs, and people are going to need you more in different times of their lives, and the business is going to need you in different, times of its life. So, I think it starts with a fantastic partner.
Yes.
I don't think that you can. I know I can't be who I am today without, my partner and his kind of steadfast approach and being there and helping and being annoyed that, he doesn't get enough attention.
Yeah, exactly.
What
you hear that, everybody? She just said it.
What can you do?
She gave you the point.
So number one, I would say that. And I think you have to decide what's important to you. So, and whatever's important to you, you can make it happen. So it was very important for me during a time to do pickup and drop off.
Yes.
I felt it was very important to me to do pickup and drop off.
Yeah.
And I did it. And I am shocked that I did it for, I don't know, good 3 to 5 years. I was like, how did I do pickup and drop off and do this? But I did.
You did it. You made the choice.
I made the choice to do it.
You made the choice.
And now I feel like I don't need to because my husband is helping with that. And that's a choice that's great. So I'm okay with it. Right. And so I think that's number one.
Okay.
And I think then
making the choice.
Love
that.
And feeling comfortable with it, not feeling guilty about it. And then you have to make time for your kids in whichever way that you want to. I think that they just need to know that you love them. That's all they need to know. They need to know that you love them.
They do. They really do.
Everything else is.
We also.
moot.
I'm like behind Arlene, and I see my child becoming her daughter, and I'm like, she's still sleeping with me.
Oh yeah,
she's still there. But that's it. The love.
Yeah.
It's the love,
That's
and
all.
it's huge. Okay, so, building business leaders. I mean, you have done an incredible job with, what our leaders are today. I think building up leaders is something that is so hard for many founders, a lot of business owners. They're afraid to pass the baton. They're afraid to really give what they've created, their baby, to someone else. What approach to spotting, and nurturing those talents at Oakwyn have you done to ensure that the leaders that you're bringing on are the right fit?
Right fit. I think it always comes down to first the values, right? Do they align with the core values that you have for your organization? That's bar none. If they have the same core values as what you have, or they're going to get into the core value system that you've built, then you can develop and work with them as leaders.
Yeah. So you're
Because
finding them, nurturing them.
yeah,
But you need to know that they're aligned.
they're aligned in the core values.
Okay.
You cannot expect them to be you. I learned that early. And that's the other part, is that, I think leaders coming into leadership positions as well, they feel a need that for, some people want to think that they need to be you.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't. You need to see that they have their own strengths. They have their own weaknesses, but they have their own strengths that we can all build upon, and it makes things better. So I think that's the other part.
It's a good approach.
Is building
Making
the
them who they are.
confidence.
Yeah.
Building the confidence in who they are and what they can bring to the team, because they aren't you and you're not them. And that's a good thing.
They shouldn't be.
That's a good thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been such a change of leadership that you've seen, and you have actually a really strong women team on your team.
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges that you have faced in your industry? I mean, this is talking to a girl that would never even consider she did have any until recently.
I know. I was like, what challenges? Aren't I like everybody else?
But maybe not so much about you, but what you see in your leaders and what they're facing.
Yeah, I think in general, in real estate in particular, most of the leadership is, a typical, what I guess what you would call, just generic, not generic, but more elder, seasoned white men.
Yes,
that's what I experienced. My first kind of big round table managing broker meeting, invited to. I was like, wow, you want me to come to this thing? I'm like, okay, great. Sit down. I'm like, whoa, the youngest person here, only Asian person here.
Wow.
And they all are a little bit older, like white haired, like really.
Yes.
Like I was like, I actually like literally sat at the table and was like, I am different.
She actually leaned in.
I am different. So yeah, I mean, that's the norm.
Okay.
I think it's changing a lot. In the last 10 years that I've been in the industry. I think that the women, there's been huge leadership representation coming from women, running brokerages, owning brokerages, being in organized real estate and leadership positions. So I think there's been a lot of change, and I think I think the industry will be better for it.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a huge change, and a lot of people are starting to realize, like, as a female, I think as a female founder too, I think a lot of people look up to you in a huge way because they can see it's possible. I'm a huge believer that like you can only do it if you get to see it. So there's so many managing brokers, leaders, founders that come from you being in the position that you're in today. For anyone that wants to open a brokerage or open a business that is that young female, powerhouse, what advice do you give them? Give me 3 pieces of advice to these young bucks that are looking to be up against the force.
I think you can do it.
Okay.
So you can tell yourself you can do it. I think put your head down, work hard. And I think the third good piece of advice, be yourself.
Yeah, so true. Yeah. I think a lot of people aren't really focused on being themselves. Their main focus is kind of like trying to become the norm. But normal doesn't make anything that anyone's interested in looking at.
Yeah.
Give me some personal habits and rituals you're doing to help yourself get to its best self. What are you doing?
Right.
What are you doing to help yourself show up for yourself?
Okay, let's see. So I'm trying to build habits, good habits.
It's a demanding role you have.
Yeah.
So like, what are you doing I know for you, like a health challenge.
Yeah.
Specific things that are pushing you in that direction.
So number 1, I made a commitment to sleep well.
Huge.
So probably made that commitment 2 years ago. So bedtime is like 9:30. 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I am out.
You're an early riser.
I know. My husband's like, you're so boring now. I'm like, I need my sleep.
Yeah.
I am sorry, I need my sleep. So made a commitment to sleep.
Okay.
In food, I made a commitment to food last year. I'm off the bandwagon this year. I need to get back on, but I made a huge commitment to going for more of a non-processed diet. So cutting sugar, cutting, all of the junk food, all of that.
Those are huge.
Those
pieces.
are two huge big pieces that I've done. The last piece missing is the exercise. So
she's running around from 9 locations.
But
she's just fine.
I really got to do the exercise thing. That's the next one. So
it's so good.
If I could get back to the eating and the exercise, I think, you have to take
jump
care
in
of yourself. Yeah. Although I did notice I'm getting crow's feet.
Oh,
so
no.
This
is coming from a woman that looks like she's 14.
So somebody told me I need good Korean eye cream.
Tell me what is looking ahead at the company that we've built. What are you, let's just say we fast forward 5 years from now. What do you hope to see for Oakwyn?
What I hope to see for Oakwyn in the next 5 years is we're across Canada. That our agents are super happy and productive. That the clients that we serve feel like they got an awesome experience. And that Oakwyn is an iconic local Canadian name. So great.
What are you finding? I'm going to do a little blitz here on you in the next 5 years, and you're seeing Oakwyn grow. You're seeing it scale. How are you going to keep your team so aligned and connected? Other than just being like even your customer. Let's talk about your customer, our customer. What can people experience when they're with Oakwyn, I guess, and what do you want them to take from it? As you said, good customer feelings.
Well, we have our a program that we developed called Oakwyn Cares, which is just our customer service program where we want our customers and our agents to deliver this to their clients where they're getting great service.
Yeah.
Right. And so, through curiosity, asking lots of questions, through anticipation, being super proactive in the service that they're providing, in building relationships, creating fantastic experiences and providing solutions. I mean, that's what I hope everyone's delivering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You love a good acronym.
I do.
She's an acronym lady.
Everything is an acronym.
And it's very easy because you're like, oh, it's that acronym. That's what we're going to go by today. Mindset. I think what people also, the second question I got with other than your family was, how does Arlene keep a really positive mindset? Like who do you have around you? What are the things that keep you grounded and keep your mindset strong?
Number one, I turn off.
Listen to this, people.
I used to be connected to, I guess 2 ways of turning off. I don't have any ringers on my phone. So if I missed your call, I actually don't have my ringer on or any notifications on during the day. I choose when I look at my phone.
That's a huge mindset shift. So just being able to shut off.
To shut off.
What are you shutting off with lately? Like, what's your latest thing other than watching like TV shows?
That is what I do. That you're going to find it. Everyone, I think, is going to find their own thing to shut off. Mine is watching like no brain TV. Like I'm watching, what am I watching? K-pop Star Academy right now. That's what I want. Like I just turn off at those times, like zone, sit down.
And many of your realtors, like it's hard for people to kind of deflate, right? People, it's challenging to deflate. Watching and looking at the landscape of real estate right now, are you hopeful?
Always.
Good.
There's always a reason, I think, to be hopeful. And, there's always an opportunity for somebody. And you just have to work hard and stay positive to find it for somebody. I mean, everybody thought during COVID, everything was sky is falling. Everybody thought in 2008, there's nothing happening. But you know what? People did well. And
Yeah, they did.
people continue to do well. People need to buy houses. They need to move. We are an essential service. And so I'm always hopeful.
Oh, it's so good. Okay, thank you for everything today. I'm gonna do a rapid fire round.
Rapid
okay?
fire, I love
Rapid
it.
fire round. Get on top. You are the get on top of everything operational wise, but this is just a rapid fire round. Okay, so what is your mantra right now? What's your mantra? Like the thing that's in your head. That's just
people.
Oh, interesting. Is it because of other people, or is it other people that you're thinking of, or just like people?
Oh no, I'm thinking about everybody else.
So
People.
So what is your go-to song right now? You went to Taylor Swift.
Okay, my go-to song is K-pop Demon Hunters Golden.
I'm gonna listen to this on the way home.
So good. Up.
Oh, I'm gonna listen to it. It's so good. How are you okay, second to last question is, if you were a coffee order or a drink, what would you be? Actually, I want you both.
Black coffee.
Solid black.
Or double tequila on ice.
She's so hardcore. I love traveling with her, I gotta tell you. And what's the best piece of advice that someone has given you?
Oh my gosh.
Best piece of advice. One of them, maybe.
Ooh. The one that just quickly came to mind, and it's look for common sense.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. Look for common sense. And what's the next destination you're going to?
I'll be going to Salt Spring Island. First time. Very excited.
So exciting. There's actually a bunch of Oakwyn agents moving there, and they're going to be there. Signs are there.
Nice.
Thank you, Arlene.
Thank you.
The Get on Toppers are ready to listen to you, and thank you for sharing today.
Thanks. Morgan.